Hey, Shadow. Ooh, I can do remote play together as well if I wanted to. Nah. How's the volume? Pretty damn low. How about now? Still low, but it should do. As long as it's not going over my voice. Hey, welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2 Chao Garden, everyone. Now, I'm gonna be real. I've kind of realized that this can get a little boring. So, what I'm gonna try and do is, I think I might have mentioned this in the... Sorry, I think I might have mentioned this at the end of the last session, but I've decided I'm going to, like, try and speed up the process, so to speak. Long and the short, I pretty much just mean I'm gonna, like, spend less time preparing and just kind of go, into the deep end. Now, just to explain, Atom, Edge, and Spike, they're all in the kindergarten for the time being. So now I'm raising Peaches to be a flying type Chao. And he already got... he already passed the flying race. So, here's what I'm going to do first. Before we do anything, I'm going to go and grab some more purple Chaos Drives. See if I can grab some more rings as well. And, see if I can get some Chao fruit. Because there's not much point in just trying to raise up one stat. You need to raise all of them because all of them are beneficial, but I want Peaches to specialize in flying. Go, nice. As the mouse was on screen, sorry. Well, at least a tiny fraction of it. Alright, 4. Once again, I understand that people are probably getting sick of this back and forth, but that is kind of the nature of the beast, unfortunately. Which makes me kind of hope that if they do bring back a Chao Garden in some way, shape, or form, it's just the pet simulator stuff, and shit, I'm dead. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. So on the plus side, I keep all my Chaos Drives. Also, I'm just not a fan of that slow section anyway, because like you can't skip it. Because you need to wait for the elevator to land before the bridge shows up. I could probably aim for the door locks. And I'm gonna try to get it then before I land, but I don't see that happening. Especially since as soon as you touch the sides, you're instantly dead. Like, you can't get off those sides once you're stuck on them. Definitely not a good start to this. Mind you, I didn't exactly have a good start to my morning either. What if you have houses? Okay, so you already got all 10. To put it in simple terms, well, not really. Sorry. I'm basically, I wanted to do some RPG Maker stuff today. Because I have a schedule, and Mondays is usually RPG Maker stuff. So I thought to myself, alright, get some faces drawn, and maybe get some boss artworks done. Problem is, though, is that once that happened, my digital pen that I use for, that I use for drawing digital stuff, I've got a tablet and everything. Problem is that ran out of battery, so I was stuck. So I was like, well, okay, then I'll just work on the coding instead and just like see if I can build more maps and maybe fix a few things I might have made, so like go over and have a look. Then RPG Maker refused to open up even when I restarted the computer. Now I'm pretty sure it works now, but I was like, okay, I can't be bothered with this sort of crap. I don't want to do nothing. So I just did a bit of work on my fanfictions instead. Well, fanfiction. Only working on one for the time being. To be fair, that was honestly a lot better because I was able to get about, I want to say 90% of the one chapter I was working on done. So that's good. I was able to get a lot of progress done. I've also finally started to try and lose a bit of weight because I've explained this before, but like my coughing problems I've been having, that might actually be due to lack of health, and it may also be connected to like I became a bit more sensitive to smoke. Because both my parents and my friend Daniel, who you know from the Terraria and Minecraft and Town of Salem streams, he's a smoker as well, and whenever he comes over, he normally has like a fag or two. I might be becoming a bit more sensitive to smoke due to like long-term exposure. But I'm also willing to bet that I just became more sensitive to it after I got the throat infection. Yeah. There's also a high possibility that it's because I'm overweight. I've been overweight for years. Oh shit. Don't you dare hit me! But yeah, so I started to try and lose a bit of weight. I went for a longer walkout than usual, and I spent about 30 minutes on the treadmill. For those who don't know, actually, you've probably seen it back before I got this new screen behind me. But there was a treadmill behind there, and it works well. But yeah, unfortunately, because I'm so overweight, I couldn't last long on the treadmill, unfortunately. Now, to be fair, I wasn't going too fast, but I was legs were definitely feeling like jelly. But I know what it is. I just need to keep doing it more, and I'll eventually get better at it. So I'm going to try and do that every day. Nice, thank shield already. Yeah, that's pretty much how my day's been. Oh, I also ended up buying a, this is a small thing, but I ended up buying a Nintendo eShop voucher. It's one of those code things. Not that it sounds that fascinating, but I've got a reason behind it. Basically, in February, Pokemon Home is coming out, which is essentially the new updated version of the Pokebank. And the key problem I have is that I don't know if I need to renew my subscription to my 3DS Pokebank in order to get the Pokemon off. So I bought it for that. Like, I would have used real money. Like, I'm just using my credit cards. The problem is, though, is that just in case people don't know or don't remember, they've stopped letting you use your card. Instead, you need to like go online and use your card for that. Kind of like what the PSP did. Now, that wasn't the major issue. The major issue was that I followed all the instructions, but it sent all the money to the Switch and not my 3DS, and I couldn't get it out. So needless to say, it was a tad frustrating. But on the plus side, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm like playing badly all of a sudden. But yeah, so that was a tad frustrating, but on the plus side though, and this was ages ago, so I still had the money on the Switch. I didn't know what to do with it. And when the expansion pass for Sword and Shield was announced, just went ahead and grabbed that. I'm hoping the money I spent into it, like, all went into that. So, like, whether or not you believe the DLC is justifiable in any sense of the way, long and short, I didn't pay much to get it anyway. At least immediate. It's like a little mishap ended up benefiting myself in the long run. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I'll save all of my thoughts on the Pokemon expansion thing. Actually, you know what? We're not doing anything, so I might as well talk about it now. I have to say, like, I've done a reaction video of it, but I don't know if I'm going to post it, so I'm not really sure if it's worth it, because I don't really say much, which is kind of my one general problem with reaction videos in general. So I'm kind of a quiet guy. It has to take something very specific to get me to freak out. But, you know, my reaction videos aren't the most popular things on my channel, so I must be doing something right. Still though, it did annoy me that I couldn't get my Death Battle reaction videos out without having to go through a lot of flaming hoops, but you know. Yeah, just too. Yeah, you know, that's gonna have to do. But yeah, yeah, my one complaint about the expansion pass is that this means that we're not getting a third version that will hopefully add more to the story. Because, like, my biggest complaint with Pokemon Sword and Shield was that its plot revolving the villains was kind of lackluster. Without going into too much detail, it wasn't like a good focus point. Or like it wasn't focused much, and it wasn't really like I enjoyed what there was, but at the same time I was hoping for more. It's like it felt lacking in that department. But the adventure more than made up for it. And I still had a lot of fun playing it regardless, so I honestly have no complaints on that. Now, let's see, please. Damn it. Alright, well I guess I'll feed the Chaos Drives to Peaches. Maybe do another Iron Gate stage, and then see if I can get some more Chao fruit. Alright, I already taught him to swim. Mind you, his swim is pretty high, so... Alright, I'm also going to need to remember to go back in as a hero character to re-hero him. You know, to get him back to neutral. But yeah, yeah, I was kind of hoping for there to be a third a third game so that it could, like, add more to the story, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case anymore. Now, to be frank, this isn't the end of the world for me. Like, I still had fun playing it, and regardless of the quality of the DLC, I wanted more gameplay, and it looks like it's going to be good. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's just... Actually, I want to go back and fix him up with a hero. But yeah, I'm basically thinking like a $30 paywall, or in my case like a £28 paywall, for extra content. Honestly, I'll take that over a full-priced third version that doesn't change much. And don't get me wrong, I love Platinum, but that changes a lot compared to Diamond and Pearl. as well as adding additional post-game content. Like, my biggest complaint with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was that it was a fully priced game and it barely changed a thing, except for post-game stuff. In my opinion, that should have been DLC and not a full priced game. So if this means we're not getting any more third versions, but instead just extra content in the form of DLC, you know what? I'm actually down for it. Because to be fair, the majority of the changes in the third versions is usually the post-game stuff. And to be fair, I don't think this is the worst thing Pokemon's ever done. Also, I will admit, I'm not keen on the Isle of Armor thing because it's a dojo, and it looks like battling is going to be the main gimmick. And from my perspective, it looks like it's going to be this game's equivalent to the Battle Frontier, and I've never been a fan of that, honestly. I mean, I'm still going to do it. I mean, I paid for it. I'm going to do it. But no way I'm getting that. But like, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I'm not overly keen on the Isle of Armor stuff anyway, because it looks like it's just going to be the Battle Frontier, which is something I'm not a big fan of, but I'm going to do it anyway just to get some extra content from it. And to be fair, I could be wrong about it being the Battle Frontier anyway. And the designs for the new rivals, I'm a little 50-50 on them. They look unique, they stand out, but I'm not sure if I like them that much. I'll have to see what they're like in action first. Because like I was kind of indifferent to Marnie and Bede. I'm in the trailers, so I needed to see what they were like as characters, and I liked them. And I do want to see like Hawk as well. Like, well, I don't mind like an arrogant dickhead of a trainer as your rival. Also, sometimes it's just nice to have a friend, like a competitive friend. Wow, I've gotten so few purples. Oh crap, I didn't even see that. But yeah, also, Kupfu, I'm not exactly sure I like. I mean, I'm gonna raise it anyway, and I'm gonna get both, Urshifus. What's going to do?
Stage select.
Yeah, I'm gonna get both, Urshifus. But otherwise, I'm, kind of air on the whole thing. Now, as for the Crown Tundra, that's a completely different story. Damn it. Because that seems to be more about exploration, and you actually get to go inside the dens proper for the max raid battles. And to top it off, legendary Pokemon can be found there, and you can Dynamax battle them too, which is honestly a really cool idea, because they pretty much took the Eternatus battle and they're going to turn it into a common thing. Like, I don't know how dramatic it's going to be compared to Eternatus. I imagine it's going to be like standard formulae compared to the others. It's just going to be much harder, but it's something I'm looking forward to regardless, because I like the challenge. I like legendary hunting, and while I would prefer to catch legendary Pokemon in the style of like going into mysterious dungeons, navigating them to find hidden treasures, and just seeing a legendary Pokemon like smack dab in the very end of it, and your reward is like trying to challenge. And your reward is trying to catch it. Those are honestly my favorites. But I also don't mind the I also don't mind the approach they took in more modern games where where it's essentially a slot machine as to what legendary you get. Like in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you get those warp portals that'll just spit out a random legendary. And the Ultra Worm Space and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which serve as which is pretty much the same thing, only with a few different stipulations and the increased chance of shiny Pokemon. That's the best part of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but it is not worth the full price. Okay, you're not hungry. Okay. You'll be singing a different tune when we get to the Chao fruit, I'll say that much. Alright. Let's do a quick collect 100 rings mission. Damn it. But yeah, that's kind of a thought on that for the time being. Also, one last thing I want to say. I really like that they're introducing 200 more Pokemon, including the legendaries you can find in the Dynamax raids. That's good, and it also confirms my theory that we were going to get more Pokemon added to the decks later. It's like when there was no national Pokedex, I'm like, oh okay, then they're probably just gonna patch the others in later. Because like 890 models, like regardless of whether or not they're using the models from Sun and Moon, that's still 600 to 700. Oh nice. That oh no, that's still around 800 Pokemon they have to re-render into into the modern style. And look, I haven't done any of that stuff myself, but even I can tell that must be an arseload of work. So it confirms my theory that we were just gonna get them later, and people just had to be patient. Calling Pokemon Sword and Shield a bad game and giving it so much shit because it didn't have the National Pokedex has been proven further to be an absolute waste of time. Really? Still no Chao fruits? They're just trying to I'm just trying to drag this out as much as they can. Alright, fine. Let's do let's do a bit more ring grinding then.
Stage select.
But yeah, what else? But yeah, the fact that we're getting more Pokemon later, it only proves my theory that we were going to get them later anyway. And people making the complaints just look even stupider now. Like, if you don't like the game for like all the other things, like I feel like graphics and music is more opinionated, so there's some justification there. But if you played the game to full and you didn't enjoy it as much as the others because whether or not it's the story, the setting, or whatever, that's fair enough. Saying the game is bad because it doesn't have your favorite Pokemon in it, or Pokemon that you want, that's kind of shallow. And what's annoys me even more is that people think that the new 200 Pokemon, including the 200 returning Pokemon, including the new ones introduced, like Cubfu, its evolved form, and I forget the name of it, but it's the legendary Pokemon of the Crown Tundra. Saying that it's all locked behind the paywall, that's even stupider to me because they clearly weren't listening. Because it's not part of the DLC. That's part of the free updates. Like, I'm pretty sure I can get any of those Pokemon now without the DLC. Like, okay, granted, like, if Pokemon Home uses a yearly subscription, then I can sort of see why they would say that it's locked behind a paywall, but it's not locked behind a $30 paywall. It's like, there's more than one way to get them. It's like, if it's through Pokemon Home and it's like if it's a yearly subscription, odds are it'll be £5 a year, just like the Pokebank was. And if I could afford it, someone who doesn't have a job in the first place and doesn't even make money, if I can afford that a year, then anyone can. With a few exceptions, of course. But yeah, like, honestly, people complaining about the lack of Pokemon has no justification to it. It's just foolish. Like, I'll admit, I'm bummed out that I can't, like, get some of my oldies onto the game. But now that I know that it's coming later, I just need to be a bit patient. And I have been. Yeah, I feel like the whole National Pokédex argument and getting new Pokemon behind the paywall thing are both pointless arguments that aren't even worth discussing. That's just my opinion, though. And besides, my brother Mac the Minion, he's gone on time and time again. I'm pretty sure he went on about it in his previous stream. I haven't watched it, but I've got a good guess he has. That in some cases he doesn't want some of the new Pokemon to come back because he's sick and tired of like the competitive scene having the same Pokemon over and over again. I believe it's one Ultra Beast, one Tapu, one Legendary, and 3 whatever. Like, it got incredibly boring. I can see where he's coming from. But yeah, enough about the negatives. I think what's excited me the most about the expansion pass is, like, not only are we getting like more legendary Pokemon to catch, like more Pokemon in general to be added to the decks, because I like completing the Pokedex. As much of a pain in the ass as it can be. I enjoy doing that, and I especially enjoy legendary hunting, so they're just adding more of what I like, which I can't complain. But Galarian legendaries? Okay, this is something I wanted to discuss. Like, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, they've gotten like new Galarian forms. Like, it kind of makes sense for the legendary birds to have regional forms in a sense, because they're not exclusive to the Kanto region. They've been in Sinnoh, Johto, and Kalos. So, sorry. Anis believes that the legendary birds don't have a set location, like they go wherever the hell they want, and the fact that there is apparently more than one of each one. So that makes sense, that there would eventually be regional variants depending on the circumstances. I mean, it doesn't make 100% sense, but it's still a cool gimmick. So it's essentially bringing more legendary Pokemon in while giving a new twist. You can definitely tell that the Alolan forms in Sun and Moon, that was definitely a quote-unquote prototype of the idea. It was like, they wanted to see how well it would work. They realized it worked amazingly well, so they just kicked it into overdrive. And, you know, I'm down for it. Like, I like the new twist that they add, because it gives old Pokemon more purpose. Even if it's not in the traditional sense. And the 2 new Reggies, what looks to be an electric type and a dragon type. Like, A, I wasn't expecting that. And B, what purpose do they serve? Because here's something I'd like to discuss. Like, I understand most people don't play Pokemon for the lore. I'm definitely one of the weird ones in that regard. I've always appreciated the type of story they can tell. I've always appreciated the type of story any game can tell, especially when it's got simplistic game mechanics. Now I'm just going into a bit of the lore here. I believe Regirock, Regice, and Registeel, like, the reason they exist in general is because Rock, Ice, and Steel make up most of the Earth's continents, especially the Pokemon world's one. And Regigigas, the Pokemon that moves continents, it would make sense that its underlings, Rock, Ice, and Steel, would be based on those, since it's a constant mover, and Rock, Ice, and Steel are commonly most found things in continents. Okay, not in the exact sense. So I don't think steel is a natural element. I think it's just metals in general, but like, you know, details. But yeah. So with that in mind, it got me wondering what does this electric and dragon type Reggie serve? Because Rock, Ice, and Steel, they serve as continents. I don't know what the electric and the dragon types serve. Now, that doesn't mean it's bad, that it doesn't make any sense. That means that just gives me an opportunity to try and figure it out. And I'm looking forward to that. It's also just really cool that they're introducing more legendaries in general. Like, I wasn't expecting more Reggies.
Barely made it.
Also, we've only been live for about 38 minutes, and I've gone on this for so long. Okay. I suppose anyone will do, really. It's some. I just collected rings. I didn't collect any chaos drives. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh yeah, one last thing, and this one is a bit of a complaint. It's Slowpoke. Okay, brilliant. So I'm sure as a lot as you know, Slowpoke got a Galarian form. And here's the thing, I like Slowpoke a lot. Like, I've used a Slowking back when I played Heart Gold, and I thought it was pretty good. The thing is, though, I'm not keen on the design in general. It looks like just white paint, yellow paint got splashed on its head and tail. And to top off, it's a pure psychic type. It's not a psychic and water type. So granted, it gets less weaknesses, but I don't know. That just feels a little boring to me. Now, with that said, I don't know what its evolved forms look like, but I'm eager to find out. Because odds are this just means that its evolved forms will probably pick up the slack. Ah, good boy. Alright, here comes a few more. Don't you start with me, kid. But yeah, I caught a Slowpoke anyway, and I bred it to get another one, so I can have both Galarian Slowbro and Slowking. Yeah, also, I apologize if I'm not really talking much about this. I kind of exhausted everything I have to say, and let's be real, this is pretty damn repetitive. So, I can only do repetitive stuff and talk about that stuff for so long before I eventually have to change the subject. It's kind of like what I do with the Mario games. Cause like, I'm sure you'll notice, like, if anyone has ever like seen my Super Mario live streams, you know that I do not shut the hell up. Like, I will go on and on about all sorts of stuff. Now, to be fair, there's no one in the chat right now, and it's something that I should be doing because it's gonna keep it interesting. you know, when this eventually goes on YouTube. Come on, buddy. But yeah, I think I've exhausted everything I want to say about Pokemon. Like, I'm probably going to post my reaction video anyway. Even if it's not that interesting, just so people can see the parts that are interesting. I'm not super experienced with my new video editor yet. The same one I used for my Death Battle reaction compilation. But I am gonna, like, I'm probably gonna see if I can chop it up. So I only keep the interesting stuff in. If not, I'll probably just upload the whole thing raw. But it also depends if Game Freak will let me. So I know they're kind of a stickler for that sort of stuff. Fuck. I'm okay, just nearly choked again. There we go. Also, looking back, I think I did a Pokemon rant. Yeah, I did. I did another Pokemon rant about this a few sessions back. Because I was talking about justifying the complaints that people had. Okay, not justifying them, but counter-arguing them. There we go. Alright, how are your stats? 14, 19, 8, 9, 7. So your swim and fly is superb, but your stamina, run, and power is left to be desired. Okay. The problem is that he hasn't transformed yet. And transforming is going to be the biggest game changer because it's going to give him a significant boost in his stats. I just wish there were Chaos Drives for stamina, because... You know what, now might actually be a good idea for me to focus on other stats for the time being. So I'm going to head back to Iron Gate, and I'm going to see if I can grab green and purple. Actually, no, just green. His fly's high enough, so it should be fine for the time being. Wow, free right off the bat. I like this efficiency. 4.
Level 1 security door breach. Emergency formation. Intercept intruder.
I'm gonna realize, if there's one thing I kind of regret about doing this is that, A, I kind of underestimated how long this was going to take. And B, I kind of wish I had the option to do the GameCube version just so I could show off more stuff and take advantage of some more stuff. So like I said before, the GameCube version comes with an adapter. Well, it doesn't come with an adapter, but it comes with a feature that lets you get stuff from your Tiny Chao garden on the GBA, which comes with some more some more stuff, as well as you can take the Chao from that garden into Sonic Adventure 2. Honestly, it was the closest Sega's ever done to any sort of linking thing that Pokemon is known for. And I wish they'd bring it back. There is that rumor that they are eventually going to remake the adventure games, but I don't know when that's going to be, or if ever. Well, I am looking forward to the idea. Well, I am excited if that rumor ends up being true. Well, I would be excited if that rumor ends up being true. I'm not banking on it until I actually see confirmation, because let's be real. False rumors can spread like wildfire and it can honestly lead to a lot of disappointments when you let the rumors spread too fast. It's like, I think one thing that inevitably led to Pokemon Sword and Shield's unjustifiable hatred was people spreading rumors and false confirmation that it was going to be even better than it was going to be. Like, I heard these rumors, and for fuck's sake, I can't believe that they would even believe them well at all. But there was things saying that it was gonna have an open world like Breath of the Wild, a combat system like Pokken, and all sorts of ridiculous stuff. Like I can't remember.
Stage select.
I can't remember most of them, but it was just that in general. It's like you. But yeah, I'm sorry for saying those. Everyone kept saying that it's been 100% confirmed, and that's a fucking lie. So naturally, people got so hyped for that sort of shit, and then they found out that the next Pokemon game was the next Pokemon game, and they got pissy. And I feel like people ragged on too much about the National Pokedex thing. Like, did it really not occur to people that it was gonna be a later installment? It's like, now that they're on the Switch, they can do patches much easier than what they could in others. In fact, here's a prediction. The next Pokemon game, Generation 9, it's gonna do that as well. Because now Game Freak can get away with that. It'll just release like half of them on prior release, and eventually release the rest of them next game. Like, I predict that's what they're gonna do, especially if they need to redo the old models. Yeah, that's also my prediction. Generation 9 is going to do the exact same thing as Generation 8, because it is actually a smart decision. Because that means less stress and workload on the developers, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just less stress, and they can get away with it.
Stage select.
It means that they don't have to like get everything done and rush the game. Do I grab more? You know, fuck, I'll grab some more. This is easily more enjoyable. Well, this is easily more interesting than grinding for rings. Which eventually I'm gonna have to do that again anyway, since I'm running a little low. Yeah, once again, I apologize about the rant. I don't know, maybe you guys enjoy it. It's like I can only talk about so much when doing the same thing over and over again. As long as I find something that keeps me interested, like...
Level 2 security door breach.
Yeah.
Level 2 security door breach.
Yeah, I think I've exhausted everything without repeating myself. I'm probably gonna... Actually, there is something else I want to talk about. Like, I'm probably gonna bring this up again in tomorrow's stream, but like, I've been getting back into the Kirby series lately. Now, for those who don't know, like, I am actually a huge Kirby fan. Like, I haven't played much on stream. Well, back then I honestly couldn't. But yeah, it all happened after replaying Superstar Ultra because I wanted to play a game I wanted to play. As well as, like, the game I promised I would stream ages ago and never fulfilled that promise until recently. And I have to say, I've been, despite getting annoyed by some of the small technical things, such as bad AI, bad AI partners. 10.
Stage select.
Yeah, I've forgotten how much I enjoyed Kirby Superstar Ultra, and I went back to play my favorite Kirby game, Star Allies. Pretty sure I mentioned it already, but yep. I predicted that Star Allies was going to be my favorite Kirby game back when I streamed the original Superstar back in 2018. And, sure enough. Damn it. Yeah, it's just because, like, every Kirby game I've played has been really good. And, the thing is, though, is that most Kirby games were pretty much the same, although each one had their own unique gimmick. And Star Allies essentially added everything that I liked from each individual game. Well, not everything, but the things I wanted the most. So in a way, that's why I really liked it, because it gave me what I wanted, and it was a fun game. So anyway, the things I wanted the most, like, I wanted the AI helper thing to come back, because I always thought that was a neat concept, and it's good to know it was implemented very well, and the AI is really good. I also wanted Beetle Kirby to come back from Triple Deluxe, because that was my absolute favorite copy ability, and I'm glad it's back. And it feels like it's gotten better as well. Like, it feels like it got a buff. Because it doesn't... It might be the difference between the Switch and the 3DS, but it doesn't feel as stiff. Like, it feels a lot more responsive.
Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will
And
be okay.
it feels like Beetle has more invincibility frames.
Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Yeah, another thing I really wanted was, of course, the Helper to Hero thing. Although, I'm glad... Well, I liked the Helper to Hero thing in Ultra, but I am, like, super glad they took it further by not making it an arena, but instead, like, the extra story mode, like Meta Nightmare and DDD Deluxe. I can't remember what it's called in Triple Deluxe.
Stage.
But yeah, regardless, glad it came back. And I'm trying to remember what else there was. That was just it though. Like, oh yeah, the ability to combine copy abilities. Now, granted, it's not as extreme as it was in 64, but I thought 64's combined copy ability was really damn good. It made it a hell of a lot of fun. And they eventually refined it in Kirby Mouse Attack / Squeak Squad. Where you can get elemental attributes like Ice Wheel, Fire Sword, and all that. They pretty much took the combined concept from Mouse Attack and cranked it up to multiple physical weapons. And well, I'm not the biggest fan of... Well, I haven't really played Kirby's Dream Land 3 much. I'm still happy they brought back the clean cop ability, as well as the other animal help, as well as the other animal buddies in that copy ability. Also, the Ripkine and Kun comes back as well, even if... Well, I never played Dreamland 2. I played a bit of Dreamland 3, and I did like him there, but it's like... If I'm being real, I mostly know them from the anime. But anyway, sorry, yeah. I did like that it came back. While it's not a fan service that I'm, affiliated with, I appreciate any form of fan service. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to come back, the 4-player co-op, like in Kirby's Adventure Wii. Because after playing Superstar Ultra, Kirby's Adventure Wii was the second major Kirby game I played after that. And I thought the 4-player thing was brilliant, even if I didn't really have anyone to join in with me for that. I did, but not often. Yeah, regardless though, I'm just happy that Star Allies brought everything I liked from previous games and put them all into one. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my Superstar Ultra playthrough stream. My only complaint is that it was a little too short and it was a little too easy. Oh, I'm missing this like crazy. Yeah, I didn't find it too hard, but I found that game's equivalence to the True Arena to be pretty damn hard. So not much of a complaint there. I'm also a little indifferent to how they set up the arena in that one, called the Ultimate Choice. I'm kind of indifferent to that. Like, I'm fine with either. But, like, naturally, I jump straight to the hardest difficulty. I also, like, just really like I don't have to play as Kirby. I can play as one of the allies. Well, it's essentially a permanent copy ability. It's something I appreciate. Especially since that, you know, Beetle is in the game, so I can be a permanent Beetle Kirby. In the form of Beatley. Would have liked Mirror Kirby to come back, but, you know, I got Beetle Kirby. I can't complain. It's also very understandable why Wheel didn't come back. Yeah. There's also something weird about the Kirby series, and this only really affects me personally, but I get a bizarre nostalgia with the Kirby series when sorry. Just to clarify, I didn't really grow up with the Kirby series. Like, my first one, I did play Dreamland in 64, but I never beat them. Well, actually, I beat Kirby's Dreamland using a cheat cartridge, but, you know, I don't count that. And Kirby 64, I never got the good ending. But, like, the next Kirby game would have been, Superstar Ultra, and I think that was 2005, 2006? Either way though, like, that alongside the anime, and I ended up, like, just finding a comfort zone with the Kirby series above all else. Even the Mario series, which I grew up with. What is this? But yeah, there's a weird comfort zone with the Kirby series that I really like, because like playing those games alongside watching the anime, like even during my early years of DeviantArt, like there was a lot of artwork relating to the Kirby series. So anytime I get into the Kirby series, memories of my old days, when I would go back to, when I would do a lot of Kirby stuff, and just having a wonderful comfort zone there, like, it just makes me feel good. It's difficult to explain, but that is honestly just how I feel about the Kirby series. I think the reason why I don't feel like with Mario, despite the fact that I grew up with Mario. Like, my first Mario game was Mario 3, well, All-Stars. But I mostly played 3, and I watched the Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon alongside it. But, like, I think the thing about Mario is that I'm constantly exposed to the series. Whereas the Kirby series, I'm not. Not to mention, as much as I enjoy the Mario series, I haven't really done a lot of, like, fan-related projects around it. At least my early ones compared to Kirby. So, I love the Mario series. I very much do. Like, that'll be a series I'll love till the day I die. And even then. But, I don't know. I guess in some cases, like, Mario just feels a little harder to, do stuff around. And I think another problem I kind of have is, because I have such a strong bias to Mario, anytime I do a fan-based stuff with Mario, I always make him the most overpowered character there is. Like, he doesn't have any weaknesses, he doesn't lose a fight, he barely struggles in a fight.
Barely made it.
I don't know, like, I just always have this weird bias where I want to make Mario the most powerful thing there is. But that leads to very boring gameplay, obviously. Well, very boring storytelling. It doesn't matter which one I go as. I'm trying to get Chao fruit. But yeah, so naturally, like, I think I kind of avoided Mario stories for a while because of, like, my weird bias in making him overpowered. Now, I'm working on a Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door fanfiction, and to be fair on that part, I don't think I've made him as overpowered as I usually do, but I still think I might have. So I'm gonna see if I can try and fix that in later chapters. That hasn't changed. I think I do need to go through a level in order to get them to change. Alright, well, I don't want to get any more Chaos Drive, so let's just do a quick 100 ring mission then. Yeah, I think another problem I have with Mario, when it comes to writing fan stories, is that the one problem with Mario is that he's got a blank personality. Now, I know why Nintendo did this. They wanted to keep him a blank slate, so it's easier to insert him into any story into any game story. Like, if they want to make a story about tennis, Mario fits in perfectly because he doesn't have much to him. Any other sports games, RPGs, it doesn't matter. Like, Mario's blank state personality, well, lack thereof anyway, it works very well to put him in any situation. Because plain and simple, it just works. And when you're trying to, like, establish, like, when you're trying to write a story around him, like, make him a central focus, the main problem is that because he doesn't have much of a personality, it's kind of hard to determine what he likes and dislikes. With that being said, however, it does also help that you can essentially write Mario how you want to write him as well, so there is that. But I always go for generic noble hero. I haven't really pointed out his flaws. God damn it. What changes that? Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna enter him in the first race, because we need some sort of activity. Oh yeah, and that's a fly chaos drive. There you are, buddy. Oh, that was enough for a level up. Neat. Okay. He's probably going to have a disadvantage because he's still a child. But let's at least take a look. Let's see now. Swimming. Flying. Here we go. Okay, so they're all under-evolved. It's like, they're still all child types as well, so... He should have the advantage. I just wish I could buff his stamina up a bit. Okay. Get into the first hurdle. Oh, they can all swim. I've wasted too much stamina already. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Well, there's only one way to buff a Chao's stamina. For some reason the Chao Nut's colours have changed again. I don't get what's causing that, and it's annoying me. Probably see if I can get it just as high as his swimming. It's like maybe around level 15. Depends on how stubborn he's going to be. Come on, it says it's your favourite food. Well, your favourite snack. Actually, what is your favourite fruit? If I buy that, that might incline him to eat it more. He likes triangle fruits. Okay. Nice. Alright. Yeah, so we've already established that he's not ready for the races yet. So, like it or not, oh, for fuck's sake. Like it or not, he has to get more numbers up. So if I can get his stamina up to a good level, and then just like work on the rest of it using Chao fruits to boost all the stats. But at the same time, I don't really need to buff all of his stats if he's just going to be focusing on flying. I most just need flying, running, and stamina because there's a lot of foot racing. Alright, 3 more to go, buddy. Yeah, like it or not, he has to transform. Before I can put him in the next race. So I need to buff all his stats as much as I can. Also, I'm gonna need to take Atom, Edge, and Spike out of the daycare. Thing is, though, is I don't think there are any consequences to just leaving them in there, but I want them to like learn new tricks at least. And they're probably more than done now, so it's probably worth picking them back up. So once I finish feeding Peaches here, I'll sort them out real quick. I just wish this wasn't so slow. It's like it's so easy to get every other stat up through Chaos Drives, Animal Parts, and Chao Fruit. Stamina is the hardest to get up because there's not much. And feeding Chows can be a very tedious task, especially when they're not hungry, because they'll just keep throwing it away. Also, pretty sure you can't overfeed Chows. And I don't know if there's like any... I don't know if it has any negative impact on them. I'd imagine not. I think just starving them is the only negative thing you can do, you know, besides actually hitting your Chows, which I'm, yeah, if you do that, I'm not your friend. I say that, and I know that my friend Dan would gladly do it just to trigger me. Come on, just the last bit and you're done. Good boy. Alright. Let's go sort out the twins and Spike. Go. I know this won't change, but I'm curious. It did change! It must be because I went to the races. Alright, well, I feel bad for Peaches after just force feeding him all those triangle fruits, and now I'm gonna cram more Chao fruits into his throat. But I'm very certain this doesn't have any sort of negative impact on their health. I know just harming them and starving them is what's detrimental to their health, and having too many Chows. I think it might also be because Peaches might have a low stat in stamina, which seems to be the running trend for a lot of my Chows. Dude, wait, he's eating through these a little easier than the other. As soon as I said it. Anyway, he's starting to get a bit whiter now. That shouldn't be his color. So I might need to bring in a dark character to like darken him, as opposed to heroing him. I'm hoping to at least have him transform by the end of this stream. I don't know the length of time when it triggers. That's the most inconsistent thing I can find about these Chows. it's definitely going a lot quicker. Or at least it feels like it anyway. You know, for a child named Peaches, he ironically has trouble with fruit. Plus, I kind of like the idea of a dragon named after a little fruit like Peaches. Mind you, Manny's daughter in the Ice Age movies is called Peaches. And she's anything but little, you know. She's a fucking mammoth. Or a possum. I've seen all of those movies. Including the Christmas special. That one was alright, actually. That was actually kind of funny at points. It didn't make sense, but, you know. Okay, so that's already a significant buff to a fair number of his stats. Alright, I better go back to a dark character. Like, here's the thing, because he's he needs to be a neutral Chao, and he should eventually be starting to turn purple a bit.
Stage select. Character select.
So, that's something I didn't really mention. I believe neutral Chaos become the color that represents the Chaos Drive. So, like, neutral flying Chaos look more purple. Alright. Not really seeing any changes. He's always going to the water. Well, you know, now that he's gotten a bit of a boost, let's give it one more try, but I doubt it. Again, like, he needs to transform in order to do good at this. Also, he hasn't been getting those bumps on his head yet, but so he's definitely... I think this is a sign that he's still, like, too young to transform yet. Okay, 6th place. About the same speed. Alright, I forgot this is the updated song. Oh, great. Another encoding overload. I haven't even got the internet open. He's in first place now, but there's no way he's going to be able to keep that up. Unless he just books it. And every hope of him winning is fallen. Yeah, no doubt about it. He has to transform in order to get stronger. Also, the fruit's transformed again. What the hell? Oh, he's asleep. Where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. That seems to be his favourite spot. Yep, scratch butt. I really don't get why the Chao nuts are changing colour like that. That's so annoying. You'd think the Steam version, the most up-to-date one, would actually have the least glitches. Okay. Either way. I think now might be a good time for me to go get some more rings. I really need to like just dedicate some time to just ring grinding in this, because going back and forth through this is definitely not the most fun thing. In fact, I'm gonna be real, I'm getting kind of sick of it. I think what also sucks is just the fact that you have to do it without taking damage. But granted, I haven't done that yet. You know, at least not actually lose my rings. No, I've said that. I just wish there was an easier way to grind for rings. If anyone knows, in the comments on YouTube, but let me know. I might just need to go online anyway and just like look up tips on how to raise Chao. Pretty much exhausted everything I want to say at this point, haven't I? Like, now that we're at this stage where I'm just saying jack and shit. Yep. I think I could be playing Mania. Mind you, to think I could be playing Kirby Superstar Ultra. I was actually considering streaming that today, but I thought to myself, nah, like, keep doing it. I'm sick to my schedule for the time being. Like, granted, I can imagine that this Chao Garden stuff isn't really fun. I'm going to confess, this is getting a bit tedious now. Like, I thought I was going to be always excited to do this. Here's the thing. The most fun I'm having is when I'm actually raising my Chao. And I'm trying to do the competitions. Like, it's all this grinding to get it done. And the worst part is that it's all necessary. I need plenty of Chao food, so I need a ton of rings. So I have to do this grind. I need Chaos Drives because animal parts aren't going to cover it as much. And when they do, like, they have a chance of getting rid of some stats. So it's not the most helpful thing. You know, unless you want your Chao to have specific animal features. Which, you know, is fair enough. But, like, it's just a tedious grind. the worst part is everything I'm doing is necessary. It's like there's no other way around it. Like there's no shortcut. That's why, like, well, here's the thing. I can't grind for Chaos Strikes off screen. She can't stall. But I should definitely, like, just dedicate a day just to... Maybe not an entire day, because I don't want to kill myself for boredom. Ah, shit. Well, okay, to put more bluntly, I don't want to, like, get bored to death. If only there was a way to convince someone to do this shit for me, but there's no way I'd be able to do this unless I was paying them. I mean, I've got money, but not much. Yeah, also, pretty sure most people here are already sick of Escape to the City. Though, I'd imagine people were already sick of it before this stream if they were watching it. But because it's the most efficient level for me to grind for rings, because I've been doing it for years, like, if I try to do another stage, like, I'm just going to struggle because I don't know where all the rings are. So here's the thing, the only time I've ever gotten hit doing this stuff was when I had the magnet shield. So any other time, not even a dent. So this is my most efficient stage. Oh wow, don't often get that. Not that I need it, but you know. I wonder if there's a 10-hour extended version of this song, because I feel like that would just be, like, fitting. $899, of course. Also, I wish I had the ability to stream console games. Not just because I could play the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure 2, but just so I can play other games that I enjoy. Thanks to the Winter Sale, I have a bunch of new Steam games for me to try out once I finish Kirby Superstar Ultra. But I'm also like, I kind of want to move on to other Kirby games as well, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on my mood. Let's check up on the kids. Oh, right. Crap. I need to wait until another lesson. Well, like it or not, I've got Atom back. I guess I might as well just take him with me. I might as well take them all back now. Also, Atom's tail is clipping through Rouge. Yeah, let's grab the others while I'm at it. I mean, if I can't work on one, I might as well work on the others. Also, just to point out, Spike is going to be based on a Chao my brother had, where it was a dark swimming type Chao. He didn't originally. He did have legs, but I've chosen my one to not because I said so. Would that make him a better swimmer? Because like on one hand he's got less weight in the form of like no legs, but on the other hand like the legs also serve as an acceleration thing. But he could also swim like how seals do. Well done, Atom. Alright, might as well see if these guys are hungry. They've been away for a while, so I imagine that they are. Also, what? I never realized how underdeveloped Spike was. Wow, you scoffed a lot. Do you? Oh, look at him go! Now, I'm not going to force feed them since they're not Chao fruits, but I just want to make sure they're full. Spike seems to be full. Edge is eating the whole lot of the second one. Okay, they're all done. And Peach is still asleep. Nope. Triple alert. Actually, oh yeah, we're at the 1:30 mark, so I'm gonna go and take a short break to stretch my legs, get a refill, and when we come back, we'll do more of this. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Phone's at 18% charge. I'm using my phone for the Twitch chat. And unfortunately it's my old phone which has a terrible battery because it's old at this point. Maybe I should... Let me see if I can get some Chao fruits, see if I can buff Spike a bit. He's got his swim up high enough, so oh, shiny white eggs. No. I know that entering a race and then leaving changes it, so... Atom, you really love to fly despite being a power type. How are your stats, by the way? Not bad. Not great either. How about yours? Not bad, not great either. You know, while we're here, let's at least... let's at least put Atom in the Chao Karate. That should be alright. We've already done beginner, so let's do intermediate. So, standard. Lucky. Now this time we're actually getting evolved, well, more developed Chaos rather than just babies. Okay. Oh, you gonna take that from him, Lucky? No, you gonna take that from him, Atom? Father of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Atom. That's more like it. Come on, get a hit in. Get one more hit in. No, damn it. Come on, get a hit in while he's down. Oh, come on. Nice. Nice. Also, I just realized that's a dark swim Chao underneath. That's what Spike will eventually evolve into. Smoky. I don't know if this one's evolved. Double hit. But Atom's got the advantage in the strength department, being a power Chao. Okay, this won't last long because Smokey's zeal is gonna drop. Come on, Atom, just one more hit. Damn it. Come on, Atom, get a hit in. You can do it. Ah, come on, Atom. Don't let this kid push you around. Alright, Atom, come on. The coup de grace. Oh, there's no way he's recovering from this. Still, though, this is worrying, because if the second round out of 5 was this hard, imagine what the others are going to be like. Stormy. Shit, we're screwed. Oh, we are so screwed. No way he's gonna win this.
Stage
Also,
select.
for some reason, quitting.
Character select.
Never mind. Alright, Tails. There's Spike. There's Edge, Peaches, Atom. There's Spike. Actually, now that it's been refreshed slightly, let's take a look at the black market and see if there's any Chao fruits. So I should probably start, since I can't focus on Peaches for the time being. I might as well see if I can focus on another Chao. Come on, darn it! What dictates that? All right, well.
Stage select.
This time I'm going to do something a little different.
Intruder alert. Assume level
Instead of
1
focusing on one, I'm just going to grab 10 random ones and see what happens. So on the plus side, this will be the absolute quickest. So I'm already more than halfway done.
Level 1 security door breach. Emergency formation. Intercepted.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, done.
Stage select. Character select.
Well, Atom's got the best chance at the Chao Karate because he's the only one. He's on with the most power to him. So might as well give all of these to him. I think his core problem was in the last fight. He wasn't fast enough. Okay. Actually, that makes me wonder. Would Edge be fast enough to get pot shots in? Let's give Edge a try real quick in this. I don't think he's going to do as well, but let's take a look. Since he primarily focuses on speed more than his brother, we might be able to win using I'm using pot shots and timeouts. Worth a try. Actually, Edge is in a fighting pose. So he's not as durable as his brother, but he can hit just as hard. Come on, use that speed to your advantage. Nice. Yes, it looks like speed is actually the true key for this. In the words of Jacksepticeye, speed is key. Yeah, his stamina has barely gone down. You know what, I might just start using Edge for the Chao Karate, not Atom, because I thought, like, you know, more power can one-shot the Chaos, but Edge is like, got the upper edge on this. Pun very much intended. It's also funny when people say no pun intended when really they most likely do intend it. Yeah, what's of Edge? I think he's just generally more powerful than his brother. Mind you, sorry, he might have better overall ranked stats. Because I think that was Edge's thing. He's got more, like, I mean, his stats are higher ranks than his brothers. Oh, it's over. Wow, Edge is just cleaning up. Mess with the ram, you get the horns. Ram's another word for a sheep. He has sheep parts. It's wordplay. Oh geez, Stormy is just that much stronger though. But if Edge's just fast enough to like get enough pot shots in. Oh, Stormy's a tough cookie. But we have the advantage now because Stormy's out of zeal. And from the looks of it, his defense drops when he's trying to recharge his zeal. The problem is he's a much more adept fighter because he's actually using the advanced kicks and punches. That's when their power's high enough. Problem is that it has more wind up. Spooky. I don't think he's going to be able to stand much of a chance unless he focuses on speed. But this is RNG, so what do I know? Oh boy. Edge is going to lose. Yeah, we've lost this. Right, keeps kicking me out. Don't know why. Never mind. Alright. Let me see if there's some Chao fruits. Nope. Good. Alright, well. I think what I should start doing is instead of focusing on trying to evolve my Chaos for the races, I should probably see if I can like give Edge a significant buff so he can do the Chao karate, because he's actually doing a significantly good job. Let me take a look. Yeah, I think it's because like Edge must have better ranks in his stats. I suppose I should probably also start buffing Spike, so you know what? Let's head over to Iron Gate and grab some Chaos Drives. Unfortunately, I think there's going to be a bit more back and forth until I can finally get some Chao fruit.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense formation.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7.
Level 1 security door breach. Emergency formation. Set intruder.
10.
Stage select. Character select.
Alright, let's see if there's some Chao fruit. I also don't know why I keep scrolling down to the bottom. Chao fruit is normally on the top. Alright, where's Spike? There he is. Go. I think all three of my Chaos are asleep. Besides Spike, of course. Go. Alright, well, since there's no Chao fruit, let's just go back to Iron Gate and grab 10 more random Chaos Drives.
Stage select.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense formation. Level 1 security door breach. Emergency formation. Intercept intruder.
8, 9, 10.
Stage select. Character select.
Alright. Damn it. It's getting a bit annoying now, not gonna lie. Alright, Peaches is up there. There's Spike. Don't mind me, just got stuck on a tree. You know, as all hedgehogs do. Listening to the Chaos snore like this is really cute. Alright, 10 more. Let's see if I can get some more Chao fruit as well.
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense formation.
Also, I've been kind of thinking a lot about like what a new Chao Garden game would be like if there was just like a standalone Chao game.
Level 1 security door breach.
Odds are it would be mobile. I feel like if they were to ever make like a standalone Chao Garden game, it would either be exclusive to the Switch or a mobile game. Because, let's be real, like, Pet Simulator games, they do well, as something that you can just take with you as you go. God damn it. It's like, that would honestly be the smartest decision, despite the fact that it probably wouldn't be the most favorable. Like, the only way we'd be able to get, like, another Chao Garden like this is if it was tied with another game. Do I mean just got stuck on a tree? You know, as all eggs do. I mean, look at Execute. Okay, and I know execute is not based on an egg. It's based on like a coconut. Hence why it evolves it into a coconut tree. But still. Because last I checked, trees don't lay eggs. Although for some unexpected reason that I've just found out today actually, echidnas lay eggs. Yeah, I learned that like around 12 in the afternoon, so like almost 12 hours ago. Still can't wrap my head around that. Like I know platypuses lay eggs, but they at least look like ducks. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that there is actually a legit mammal that isn't aquatic that can lay eggs. Also that there's another mammal that lays eggs like the platypus that isn't related.
Stage select. Character select.
Yeah, what it was that I saw a picture on DA that was the crew from Knuckles Chaotix, Knuckles, SPO, Vector, Mighty, and Charmy. Mighty was a, but they were all babies. Mighty was a baby. Charmy was a larva, but Vector, SPO, Vector, SPO, and Knuckles were all eggs. I remember reading a comment saying that why is Knuckles in an egg, and I was thinking that as well. It's like, the sort of response was like, echidnas lay eggs. I'm like, had to legit go and Google that. And unless it's lying to me, which I wouldn't be entirely shocked, but sure enough, echidnas lay eggs. That's still baffling to me, I'm not gonna lie. And yes, more baffling about the fact that that the male echidnas have 4 heads on their dicks. Thanks, Death Battle. Yeah, today's been odd. Then again, at the time of this is streamed, it's Monday the 13th. Not Friday the 13th, Monday the 13th. It's not a day of bad luck, it's a day of what the fuckery. Alright, come on, Spike. I don't think you're going to be able to outdo your predecessor, but you're still learning. Spike. Spike, come on, you haven't even taken a bite. Thank you. Now have more bites. Nope, edge is up. Which now that I think about it. Yeah, you know what, Spike? You're actually getting a little bit of a breather here. Because I'm actually going to give these to Edge, because if I can get Edge the quote-unquote Edge up in the Chao Karate, we can at least cover one of the emblem hunting. I have also decided that I'm going to stop playing once I get all the emblems. Which, looking back, I feel like I would have done a lot. I feel like I would have done a lot better if I was just focused on the one Chao. But you know what? I'm raising 4 now. 1 for each category. I'm committed to this. Oh, everyone's awake now. Again, I still need to wait for Peaches to transform before I can put them in the flying mix. But for now, I'm gonna I'm gonna power level Edge just so he can get ready for the Chao Karate, because he's definitely more capable. Which it's kind of weird to me, because like I've had an Atom Edge on my GameCube file, as I've mentioned like quite a few times now, I believe. Atom was always the superior brother. Like he always came off as like the older brother of the twins, and he always seemed like the more capable one, whereas Edge was always the one lagging behind. But in this case, he's actually the superior one, and Atom is the one lagging behind, despite the fact that oh no, Edge was the one born first, so he is technically the older twin of the two. So it's weird. I mean, I know it's just luck of the draw when it comes to stats, but still. Alright, just one more. Perfect. Okay, you can get going now. Alright. I don't think this is a big enough boost for Edge, but let's at least give him a try. This is probably going to make some difference. Especially since he's leveled up quite a few times from all those Chao fruits. I don't know how much this is going to make a difference, but I hope it's a significant one. Okay, so far not a good start. That's even better now. Nice dodge. Hey, the problem is that Lucky is a swim Chao, so he's probably got more defense. But Edge is just naturally faster and stronger, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you've got this. Also, I've never really been keen on the head items for Chaos. I just tend to ignore them. Because I'd like to see their cute face. Oh, this is new. Melody. Yeah, sometimes the rotation does change. Okay, good start. Ooh. Melody is actually quite strong. But if Edge can get the advantage... He's not getting it just yet. Actually, he might. The Zeal's down. Come on, Edge. Oh, it was almost a ring out. Come on. We've got this. Well done. Okay, this is where things are going to get rough. Oh, that's still not a lot. Oh, jeez. So the boost wasn't as significant as I'd hoped. But the Zeal is going down very quick, so Edge has the upper edge. Oh boy. Alright, come on, Edge. Nice. Unfortunately, he's got enough to begin attacking again. Come on, get to dodging. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Damn it. Oh, come on. You've got this, buddy. Oh, don't scare me like... Oh, shit. Come on, Edge, go. Go, go, go. No. Nice. Come on, final hit. Wasn't as good as I'd hoped, but there's only 5 seconds left. As long as you dodge this attack... We got it. Barely. So this most likely means that Edge won't stand a chance against Spooky. Well, either way, I'll stick through just in case. Good luck, buddy. Oh wow, that's a lot less damage than last time, but that's still peanuts compared to the others. Yeah, Edge doesn't stand a chance. Edge just lost. He's not winning this. You know what? Well done though, Edge. You did really well. So he's definitely not ready to finish off the intermediate. You know, Peaches, you're supposed to be the flying Chao. Atom is a powerhouse. Why aren't you flying as well as he is? I guess to be fair, you're still just a kid. Also, he really likes Rouge. When you see a Chao like dance around and clap and look all happy, that means they really like the particular character you're raising them with. Which means I can actually show off something. If you press the top button, which in this case is the Y button, you scroll through these things. Watch what happens when you go to whistle. They'll actually come to you if you whistle them. It's so cute. Look at you, you little poser. What a little sweetheart. Alright. Can there please be some more Chao fruit? Never mind that, do I have enough money for... I have enough for 5 more. But I'm gonna have to go ring grinding again, unfortunately. Might actually have to go for 2. Alright, so... I'm going to primarily focus on the Chao Karate for the time being, since Edge kind of has the advantage with his stats, and he just needs a significant boost. If we can cover the Chao Karate stuff right away, then that's at least one thing down. Like, 'cause here's the thing, the Chao Karate stuff isn't as long as the racing. So the karate only has 4 tournaments: beginner, standard, expert, and super expert. If we only, and here's the thing, Chao isn't Edge. isn't that developed compared to others, and yet he did quite well for despite that. So he's got a chance. So I think it is worth trying to give him a buff to try and finish the Chao karate. I'm going to be throwing a bit of neglect on the others, but as long as I feed them Chao nuts every now and then, should be fine. So here's the thing, Atom's at this stage now where he doesn't really need me. If he gets hungry, he'll actually just run up to a nut and a Chao nut and pick it up himself and eat it. Spike and Peaches are still going to need my attention since they're still technically babies. And I don't mind giving them a bit of support, of course. It's probably not the best parenting advice, but let's be real, this is a virtual pet simulator. At the end of the day, these little critters aren't real. So I shouldn't really get attached. Logically speaking, if I did want to go after all the emblems, I would have raised just the one Chao. And just give him a significant buff in everything. Rather than spreading the points around to 4 different Chaos. But what can I say? Old habits die hard. Besides, this at least gets a bit more interesting. In the sense that it's more interesting in the fact that I'm doing 4 different Chao, so it's not the same one over and over again. Alright, just one more buddy, and then we'll throw you into the lion's den again. Well done. Let's do the whistle test again. Nah, they're not as interested in Rouge as the others are. Well, as Peaches is. Alright. Alright, I forgot they can climb out of the water themselves. They do tend to get quite hungry once they after they finish sleeping, which now makes sense. I also like to make sure that they're just full. What are you doing? Oh, right, you're doing the step dance thing, aren't you? But because he doesn't have any legs, it just looks like he's doing an arm dance. Look at him go. Aren't you just a little darling? Peaches, she tripped twice. I know you got those large toes, but those claw toes, but still. Wow, he is really going at it, isn't he? You tripped 3 times, Peaches. Alright, he's done. Oh. Sorry, the way he was sitting like that, it made me think, oh, jeez, is he going to evolve already? Okay, so Spike's had his fill. Peaches has had his fill. Okay. Okay, well now that Edge has had 5 more of those Chao fruits, let's do one more Chao Karate, and I think I'm gonna end it off there. I know I've been doing 2-hour sessions a lot with the Chao Guard and stuff, but because not a whole lot happens, it's probably for the best I just leave them as 2-hour sessions and just do some grinding off screen. I'm definitely gonna need to do some ring grinding, I just don't know when. Still though, at least we're actually trying to make progress this time. Just looking back, I wish I just focused on one. Wow, Edge has gotten a significant boost this time. He might be good enough for the 5th opponent. Wow, he's just dominating Lucky. Smoky. Oh no, this is right. Sorry, I forgot the last fight we had Melody. Nice. Keep it up, Edge. He's got this. Match over. Stormy, that was it. For some reason I got Smokey and Stormy's names mixed up. Alright, not bad damage. Edge has got this, provided he doesn't take any more unnecessary hits. Edge, come on. Edge, you've beaten this guy before. You can do it again. Edge, come on! There we go. Oh, shit. Edge, finish him! Come on. He's so close to the edge. Yeah, come on. Finish him off. No! Don't do this to me. Fuck. Wow, I got dicked over badly. Alright. Oh! Peaches, good job. Where'd he go? There he is. He got some distance. He's also starting to get his horns now. So this must be... Let me look at his stats. Yeah, there's no way he's not going to transform into a flying type. And I think he's fine enough to transform into a neutral flying. I was like really wanting to transform now, but I don't think that's going to happen. Once again, I don't know what dictates this. I always thought it was time, but if Atom Edge kind of disproves that with how long Atom took to transform, despite them being born at near enough the same time. Well, the only difference was a few minutes. Alright, well, either way.
Stage select.
This is just not a streaming session where I can do the whole 3 hours. I think this is the longest I've been so far, so can't really complain too much at least. Still though, as much as I enjoy the Chao Garden, I can definitely see why this can be considered really boring. Either way, like I've chosen to do this, and I do want to finish this now that I've already started it, especially since I've already put quite a bit of time and effort into it. I'm definitely going to need to look up some various walkthroughs about all this crap, because this is definitely a lot more difficult than I remember it being. But either way, I apologize if this isn't everyone's cup of tea. I do enjoy it still. Like I said before, I enjoy the Chao Garden stuff, not the grinding, but unfortunately, you have to take the good with the bad. So, off screen, if I remember to at least, I'm going to do a bit more grinding, see if I can get to at least 3,000 rings. Which should be about 3 sessions at least. I'm also going to need to look up various walkthroughs on how to get this stuff done. Maybe write down some notes. But either way, thank you all for watching. And tomorrow we'll be doing some more Kirby Superstar Ultra. Alright, take care guys.